Hello YouTubers, welcome back to the Holtz Mitchell channel and another episode of Duck in the Fog. Today we're going to do a product review. This is going to be the first of many. I don't get any advertising revenue for these products that I showcase. These are products that I've found to be useful over the years, that I've worked with in the past, and make recommendations to other folks out there who are trying to figure out new and creative ways of making things work for them. In today's tool review, I've got a little gizmo here. It's called the Sandflex block. It's marketed by Klingspor. In the States they're sold by Rockler. You can also find them on eBay pretty readily. They're made by a German company called Klingspor, and it's marketed in Europe under the name of Schleifix, and in the States under Sandflex. So I'll do a little demonstration of the thing here. Here's the Sandflex block itself. Let's try and get that to focus. There we go. It's not quite doing it, but anyway, this thing looks like essentially a big eraser. They come in 3 grits. The fine, medium, and coarse. This is a 120 grit, and you can use these on just about anything that you would normally use an abrasive on, like this one says here for paint, wood, and metal. I've had this one a while, and I use it for removing light corrosion off the parts. I have a dividing head here with the disc, and this disc has got a little light corrosion on it, and I'm going to clean it up a little bit and demonstrate how well this thing works. Let me see here if we can get this to... Takes a little elbow grease to get this thing. I mean, it is an abrasive, but the nice thing about this is it doesn't remove any material. It just takes off the corrosion and crud that accumulates on metal parts or wood, whatever it is you use these for. Several years ago, a neighbor of mine in Elk City, Idaho, inherited some machinery from his brother, and it's sat around the barn for quite a number of years and got all rusty, so I restored those back to working order. One was a joiner and then a table saw from Sears, and the castings took on a lot of corrosion because of the temperature differences and the humidity in the barn. And I bought 3 of these Sandflex blocks and cleaned them up. Now with a little more elbow grease, I'm sure we can get this thing shining. But here we go. Right here's still a little bit of a dark spot. I have to make a new one of these because this one here, the divisions on it are 15 to 20. So it's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I need a disc with 13 holes. So I have to make a new one, but I needed to get the measurements off of this, so I had to take it off the dividing head anyway. And while I'm at it, I figured I might as well clean them up. Here's another great use of the Sandflex block. Instead of stoning your table, you can use it to take off a little bit of corrosion that occurs, and also any burrs. As you can see, cleans up quite nicely. Took the vise off earlier, and after running it on the same spot for a few weeks, it had a little bit of a build-up underneath it where the chips got in and all rusted together. Made some dark spots on the table, and as you can see, comes right off. No need to stone the table now. Just run this thing up and down it. Like I said, it doesn't take off any material. And what little bit of lube or coolant is still on the table will actually help this thing clean. I haven't run it anything but dry so far, and doesn't seem to affect it how it holds up the life of it. It works just like an eraser, so, and it feels like one too. It's some kind of a rubber. Anyway, those are the Sandflex blocks, and keep an eye out for them in Flea Bay or from Rockler. These do come in handy from time to time when you don't really want to drag out the electrolyte bath and clean your parts electrolytically, or with some other kind of abrasive. Tom Lipton was showcasing a bearing he had here a while back from a all-wreck chuck that he was rebuilding, and I made that recommendation to him because he had a little corrosion in the bottom race of the bearing. When he put the balls back in, he had to resort to other measures of getting that cleaned up, and this would have been just the ticket for him, because you can profile these to match, you know, whatever contour that you might be working on. I'm doing the back side here now, and some of this metal stain here is a corrosion stain, is a little harder to get, but it is coming. So anyway, as you can see, they clean up fairly nice. Anyway, that's the Sandflex block. Hope you enjoyed today's first installment of product reviews, and thanks for stopping by.